Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a readathon that I'm going to be participating in the month of October. This is not going to take the place of my flip and roll game. I'm still going to do that in a future video. But today I wanted to talk to you about Tbr Harvest. Tbr Harvest Edition. This is a readathon that's hosted by Leandra from the Tbr Zero. If you're not already following her, she's wonderful, and maybe check her out because she's awesome. Leandra did this readathon, Tbr-a-thon, in the beginning of the year, January, and has created an amazing edition of this game, Tbr Challenge Readathon, for the month of October. And what I love is that she has given lots of options of how you can participate. And because there are so many other readathons that are happening, this is something that you could do in addition to anything else that you're participating in. Leandra has created some amazing game boards. I am going to be doing 2 of them. This first one is Escape the Corn Maze. I probably should have printed it the other direction, but that's okay. And this is just a maze that has some prompts. You roll a die. This is the one we're going to be doing today. But I also have printed out the Trick or Treat Tbr because this is something I'm going to be doing as I read, seeing if it matches any of these prompts, and then completing, I should connect these together, and then completing my little trick or treat to see what I can collect throughout the month. There is one more game board about escaping a haunted house, which is another really fun option, but I am going to be doing the Corn Maze one today. I recently watched Brittany Loves Reading do her Tbr for Tbr Harvest, and she did all of the rolls all at once, and I loved that idea. I'm going to do the same thing here today. Instead of rolling as I go throughout the month, I'm going to make my plan ahead of time. And if you'll see on this map, there are some black cats, and there's like an extra challenge to try to collect all of the cats as you go. So you can either land on that spot, or as you pass it, you can double up the prompts. So I'm going to be trying to collect all of the cats and roll through to see what my Tbr Harvest Tbr is going to be. Let's go. I'm so excited. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I found an orange game piece. Let's see what we get. And I am kind of holding my phone vlog style because I don't have anything that can hold it in this direction. So sorry if it's a little bit wobbly. Here we go. A 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to try to do a mostly black cover, oh golly, with a paranormal read. For roll number 1, we got paranormal with a black cover. This is a little tricky for me because typically when you think of paranormal, you think of ghosts and vampires and other creepy creatures like that. And that's not typically my vibe. We're going to find this out in this Tbr. It was hard for me to come up with some of these prompts, but I decided I'm going to go with Olivetti by Allie Millington. There's a sentient typewriter in here, and that's not normal. So that would make it paranormal, right? The typewriter can think and communicate, and that's just not normal for a typewriter. So I'm calling this paranormal. And this cover is almost completely black on the back, and all the background here is black, so it fits the black cover. And I love that the inside is orange, perfect for Halloween, autumn colors. So we're going with Olivetti for prompt number 1. I'm excited. Middle grade, should be really good. I've heard that this is pretty heavy and can be a little bit sad as well, but it's one that I've recently received as a gift and definitely something that gives me fall vibes with this floral arrangement, and I'm making it work. All right, roll number 2, another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Spooky book with a C, A, and T in the title. Yikes. This is going to be a tough Tbr. For roll number 2, we got spooky with the letters C-A-T in the title in order to get those black cats. And I'm really excited because my Patreon book club book, Haunting at Bonaventure Circus by Jamie Jo Wright, is going to fulfill this prompt. There's a C and an A and a T right there in the title, and it has definitely got spooky vibes. Jamie Jo Wright is a Christian fiction author who writes definitely paranormal adjacent or paranormal and creepy. And in this one, we're going to have a circus that possibly has some ghosts, but it's also going to be dual timeline with a little bit of a historical element to it as well. And this is the book that my patrons are going to be reading. I'm thrilled that I got it on this Tbr. Sweet. All right. I need a big number. 6. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cat in the book. That lands right on the space. I don't need to double that up. Perfect. Number 3 is a cat in a book. Guys, if you know me at all, you know I'm not really a cat person. I'm not a pet person in general, but I do have a collection of cozy mysteries that I'm hoping to try out. And this one is called Lending a Paw. There's a cat on the cover and paw is in the title. So I'm really pretty confident that this is going to have a cat in the book. And a bookmobile cat mystery. For sure it's going to have a cat. So I just think in the midst of some of the heavier, maybe scarier books, maybe deeper books, that a cozy mystery is a fun, enjoyable evening, probably pretty quick read. So we're going to try Lending a Paw by Lori Cass. Okay, roll number 4. Oh, is a 3. Rolled off screen. You're going to have to take my word for it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Autumnal cover. Beautiful. I love that prompt. All right, roll number 4 is an autumnal cover, and I had so many options for this, but I decided to go with Making Faces by Amy Harmon. It's contemporary, and these colors and the muted sepia tones of this just feels very autumnal to me. I recently did a video of authors I would love to read to zero. Amy Harmon is one of them, and this is a contemporary by her, and that's not something that I've tried yet. I did hear in the comments from a few of you that you really enjoyed this one and you think I will too. So I'm thrilled to get this on my October TBR. Making Faces is the story of a small town where 5 young men go off to war and only one comes back. It's the story of loss, collective loss, individual loss, loss of beauty, loss of life, loss of identity. It's the tale of one girl's love for a broken boy and a wounded warrior's love for an unremarkable girl. I mean, I feel like I'm going to need to have the tissues ready for this one for sure. Yikes. Okay, roll number 5. A 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A book involving food. And to get this cat, I need to add cat on the cover. So roll number 5. Cat on the cover with food. Roll number 5 was another difficult one for me. I had to find a book with food with the cat on the cover. I know it's very autumnal. I know I'm trying to get all the cats and that's fine, but I had a difficult time with it. Thankfully, the Cozy Mysteries came to save the day again. This one's called Death on Each Street. It involves a food truck and there is a cat lounging around right there. So there's the cat on the cover. The food truck competition just turned deadly. So I'm sure there's going to be food because it surrounds food trucks, and there's our cat. So I found one. This is by J.J. Cook. For those of you who read cozies, let me know if you're familiar with this author or Lori Cass, because I'm not. So should be fun and light and fun and light. It's a murder mystery, but you know. Okay, we're almost at the end. Let's see how it goes. A 1. Under 300 pages. Okay, I will take that. Under 300 pages. The dice helped me out with roll number 6, which is a book that's under 600 pages. And I'm going to go ahead and put on Tolstoy in the Purple Chair, My Year of Magical Reading by Nina Sankovich. I have already started this, but I really have only read the first essay in here. I think I need to spread these out throughout the month because they're going to deal with loss. Someone sent this to me after the death of my brother, said that this book was really encouraging to them and meaningful. And so it's definitely something I would like to read before the 1-year anniversary, which comes up in November. But again, I know that I'm going to have the tissues ready. The first essay itself already made me cry. I do think getting close to those emotions though is healing in a way, and I don't want to avoid it forever. So books like this are really important, and I'm so thankful for the lovely Tia who sent this to me, and definitely want to read it. And it's only 222 pages, and thankfully they're all kind of essays, so I don't feel like I need to sit down and read it back to back. But yeah, 222 fits that under 300 prompt. All right, roll number 7. A 3. 1, 2, 3. Choose any prompt on the board, but also add Witchy Vibes. Let me see about that one. For roll number 7, we got Witchy Vibes and choose a prompt. So I can choose any other prompt that's on the board, but the Witchy Vibes was the part of this that was going to be a little bit tricky. So I had to find a book on my shelves that at all had witchy vibes. And I was like, Alice Hoffman has written other witchy books, but the one that I have to read now, Invisible Hour, doesn't have witches in it. I could have made that work, but then I found The Grace of Wild Things by Heather Fawcett. I'm really excited about this. Anne of Green Gables retelling, except that Marilla character is a witch in the woods. So I don't know how direct the retelling is going to be, if it's just going to capture vibes from Anne of Green Gables. I'm not really sure, but the prompts on the board that this could fit are house on the cover. Haunted is in parentheses, so we're just going to ignore that part, but there is a house on the cover here. It also is a new to me author, Heather Fawcett, and it also hopefully has found family, which is a big part of Anne of Green Gables' story. So hopefully that aspect is in here as well. So we have 3 for number 8. I just need to get a 1 and then we're done. So 4, there we go. Trick or treat. So for our final roll, we got the trick or treat prompt, which is just to pick a prompt off of the trick or treat game board. And I'm going to be doing that anyway. So I picked one of the books that I definitely want to read in October and saw if there was a trick or treat prompt that it fit, and it does. It's a new release. And so I'm adding Worst Case Scenario by TJ Newman to my pile for October. This is the newest book by her. It just came out a couple weeks ago. In this one, we're going to have a plane that crashes into a nuclear power plant and makes it basically like a ground zero area. Whew. I absolutely love Drowning and Falling by her. I've already heard that this is another edge of your seat, won't want to put it down type of a read. So definitely eager to get to this as soon as I can. So here is my stack for TBR Harvest. It looks daunting, but 2 of them are middle grade, 2 are cozy mysteries. This is an unputdownable book. This one is a book of essays that I can read here and there, and it's under 300 pages. This one I would have had to read anyways because it's my Patreon book club book. I do feel like this is a very doable stack, and it's a good mix of genres in here. A little bit fantasy or paranormal, a little bit creepy, a little bit intense, suspenseful. I feel like this is a really good stack for October. I'm very excited for it. I will, of course, link to Leandra's announcement video for TBR Harvest if you're interested in participating. Again, there are 3 different games you can play. And if I read all these books, I've collected all the cats and completed the corn maze. So I'm very excited about that. And I just think it's so much fun, a fun way to add some intrigue to your reading in the month of October. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear your comments about any of these books, or if you're also participating in TBR Harvest or anything else you want to talk about. I love chatting with you in the comments below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope that you're reading a fantastic book. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.